The average person doesn't have much contact with police officers unless they have an emergency situation or unless they get pulled over for speeding. But that's about to change in the city of Dalton. The Dalton Police Department is launching a new neighborhood policing project. The city is being divided into more than 90 small neighborhood beats. Each Dalton officer will be assigned a beat to conduct more patrol on foot and make contact with citizens.
Anytime police officers can be out of the patrol car talking to citizens in a proactive way that doesn't involve some kind of official action, the citizens tend to feel more comfortable. And the police officers get to know who lives in the area where they work. They become more familiar and are more likely to give each other information.
I think a lot of people see the police as cars driving around waiting to get people in trouble. Seeing police officers out of their vehicles walking around makes us appear more approachable, more personable, real people.
A smaller pilot program for the project is underway now. Officers in the pilot program are making contact with citizens and exchanging personal contact information to open lines of communication. Citizens are encouraged to share information about anything out of the ordinary in their neighborhood, even if it's not necessarily a crime in progress or an emergency.
We're helpless to do our job without people being our eyes and ears out here. We can't be everywhere all the time, so the more information we can get, the better off we'll be.
Chances are, whatever they're seeing, if there's a truck backed in next door, or they see somebody walking around behind the house, chances are it's probably okay, but why not send that little piece of information to the police officer? What seems like the most insignificant piece of information very often ends up being that piece of information that's needed to complete the puzzle.
Later this year, citizens will be getting even more access to the officers working their neighborhoods. The Dalton Police Department will soon launch a new website through epolicing.com, which will allow citizens to sign up for email updates specific to their neighborhoods. Similar programs are in place across the country, including one in Savannah, Georgia. Just like Savannah, Dalton residents will be able to use an interactive map of town to search our database to see what types of crimes are being reported and where in town they're taking place. Residents will also be able to use this tool to contact their neighborhood officer. Chief Jason Parker is already getting feedback on the project. He's part of the pilot program and is working one of the neighborhood beats.
Invariably, the people who I've stopped and talked to said, you know, this is a good idea. We really hadn't thought about this, or some people say, you know, this is something I wish we'd had a long time ago, and we think it's a great idea. We don't expect citizens to face down criminals in the street. We'll take care of that. All we're asking for really is some information in a relationship that promotes a little bit more trust and a little bit more confidence in both directions.
The program will expand to include every Dalton officer in every area of the city later this year. The Dalton Police blog at daltonpdblog.org will have more updates on the program throughout the year. For the Dalton Police Department, I'm Bruce Frazier.